The most expensive construction mistakes. Sure. What is the difference? Alright, maybe that's the point.
Human mistakes are almost inevitable and happen every now and then.
Human mistakes are
However,
cringe.
You might think that large construction megaprojects are very carefully thought out. Yet, this is not always the case. In this video, we're going to take a look at how billion-dollar mistakes were made, construction sites were delayed for decades, and a skyscraper
made a whole video about R.
nearly
Kelly,
fell over
which
and
included that
caused a
recruitment in
disaster.
Ethiopia.
Before we continue, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Top Luxury. Let us know in the comments below what you think about these construction failures.
Easy reset, Wolf.
Number 5. 20 Fenchurch Street.
Looks like shit.
Taking its name from its address, the 20 Fenchurch Street building is a commercial skyscraper in London. The building was sold to a Hong Kong manufacturing company named
Looks like a Wobbuffet
for around $1.8 billion, which is a record price for a single building in the UK. After its completion in 2014, the skyscraper was not only referred to as a walkie-talkie due to its distinctive shape, but was also named the ugliest new building in Great Britain.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly.
However, the real problem with the building was elsewhere. At 20 Fenchurch Street, a comparatively not so expensive but unusual mistake was made in the planning process. Similar to many modern skyscrapers, the walkie-talkie has a large glass front that reflects the sunlight. However,
well, it hasn't
unlike
fallen
the
over,
normal
so it's not
high-rise
that bad.
buildings that usually have straight walls, this led to a problem. During the day, the sun shines on the south side of the building, and unfortunately, this side has a slightly concave curvature. Consequently, the walkie-talkie concentrates the sun rays onto the street and the houses on the opposite street side.
Oh, like a
In the
magnifying
summer,
glass.
this meant that the sun's rays were reflected 6 times stronger than normal. As a result, this generated extreme heat that
Get
melted
fucked,
even
idiots.
parked cars and caused cracks on the sidewalks. In a Sky News video, a reporter fried an egg across the street using only the reflected sunlight.
Jim Watterson is
That's
a
pretty
reporter
cool.
on
They
Sit
created a
Down.
little,
He's just
a
cooking
little
up some
weapon.
lunch here. I can't even lift it up. It's actually that hot. He's just fried an egg here on the streets of London. He's just putting that in there for his story. It is so hot. It is so hot.
The building's architect, Raphael Vignoli, also designed the Vdara Hotel in Las Vegas, which had a similar problem with sunlight
There's your
reflection.
Creek.
In an interview, he
Can't
mentioned
click
that
links,
horizontal
Skyler.
louvre windows on the
just tell me what
south
it's
side
called.
should prevent this problem. However, they
That's
were
research
removed
happened.
at some point during the planning process. Vignoli also said that he didn't know it was going to get that hot, and when he first came to London years ago, it wasn't like this. In the end,
Why do people
a
hire this guy?
sunshade
His
was
buildings look
installed,
terrible.
which ultimately
Dude
fixed
sucks.
the problem, costing around $14 million. Number 4. Stuttgart 21. Stuttgart 21 is a giant railway megaproject in Germany. The project is one of the most interesting construction sites in the country, as an entire train station has to be rotated by 90 degrees. Previously, the station was a terminus, which means that trains had to leave the station in reverse. This costs valuable time, which is why the government decided to transform the train
Man, this
station
graphic
into a
is cool.
transit station. This way, the station can be part of a continuous 1,500-kilometer-long high-speed rail line that connects Paris, Stuttgart, Munich, Vienna, and Bratislava. When construction began in 2010, it was planned that the Stuttgart 21 should cost no more than $5.4 billion,
Oh, pretty cheap.
with a completion
Basically
date in
free.
2019. However, they failed miserably to achieve either of those two goals. The project's completion has been delayed numerous times due to various
Amazon Prime
reasons.
Robot,
As of now,
Buffalo,
it is
and
expected
resub
that the train
Tangle Cat.
station will open at the end of 2025, more than 6 years later than initially planned. In addition to
Is that the
protests
fail?
by many Germans and environmental activists, Stuttgart 21 was further delayed due to difficulties with the tunnel construction. Nearly 60 kilometers, or 37 miles of tunnels, have to be built to connect Stuttgart's new station with the existing rail network. Unfortunately, a special type of soil which swells once it comes into
As you said,
contact
never
with
know
water
and whining.
makes the work very challenging. This could lead to the problem that the tunnels have to be renewed over and over again. Another surprising but comparatively not so bad problem occurred in 2017. Due to the construction project, thousands of strictly protected lizards had to be relocated on the
Aw.
route from Ulm to Stuttgart. The project management has estimated that this incident will cost $18 million.
Oh, that's nothing though.
In
That's
some
free.
difficult cases, the responsible company has charged costs of up to $10,000 per lizard. In addition to the delays, the costs for Stuttgart 21 will be at least twice as high as originally planned. Independent estimates
even make
suggest
it?
that the cost could soar to nearly $12 billion by the time the project is completed.
What's the fucking
Number
point?
3. Citigroup.
Alright, that's plenty of architecture failures for me.